Hi, everyone. My name is Alexander Bregman from the Google Play team. And I'm here today to talk to you about your mobile content distribution. Now, when talking about mobile, what is the first thing that you're thinking about? You're thinking straight away about your apps, maybe about your mobile website, or else maybe about a third-party platform, right? A lot of very popular platforms out there nowadays. Now, those are the conversations we usually have with publishers, talking about how do those three channels work together in the best way. Because they're all equally important. We've got users on all of them. Now, today, what I want to talk to you about is the Google perspective on, first of all, the mobile web. We're going to talk about the Accelerated Mobile Pages project, the AMP project. We're going to talk about, first of all, about Play Newsstand, which is our third-party platform. And the mobile apps piece, I'm going to leave that up to you, okay? So let's dive into Play Newsstand. And if you've never heard about this platform, essentially it's a single destination on mobile, right? Mobile devices, both Android and iOS, where users can discover and consume great content from leading publishers from all over the world, okay? So when we talk about great content, we're talking about any type of content, from free, ad-supported content, to premium content, but also magazine content. All of it in a beautiful interface available on your Android or your iPad in one beautiful experience, as you can see here in this demo. Now, platform is only as good as the content it has or the number of users it has, right? For you as publishers, you're probably wondering, how big is this thing? Which is a very good question. Let me answer that straight away. So I'm actually pretty happy to announce, and this is a very recent number we're happy to announce, we recently crossed the 100 million 30-day active mark for Google Play Newsstand as a news reading application. 100 million users, okay? So that puts us essentially as one of the biggest, or if not the biggest, news reading application out there today in the world. We obviously have lots of installs, but who cares about installs? But more importantly, we work with a lot of publishers, including lots of publishers here today in the room, to bring that content to users all over the world. So we have a big partnerships team working with publishers in different places. And again, the 100 million, that's a very significant number. And you may wonder, probably it's all US focused, right? Or at least Western Europe. Now, let me tell you, the country we're in today, right, in the Emirates, or even the whole EMEA region, actually we have the highest user penetration right here today, much higher than in a lot of much more developed countries, right? So there's a lot of usage happening for this platform, particularly in the MENA region, and that's actually the reason why I'm here today. So to really understand Play Newsstand better, you have to talk about Google Play. Now, Google Play, you'll probably all know about it. If you go into Google Play, besides apps, you can find also an entertainment hub where users can buy and find digital content directly from Google. Okay, so they can buy apps in the apps and games side, but there's also the entertainment hub where you can find movies, ebooks, music. There's even a music subscription service, and now also Newsstand. And then here you can see some screenshots from the French store. If you go into the Newsstand side, you'll be able to find free content, premium content, magazines. You can buy it, add it to your library. And then what you do is you go to the consumption app, the Play Newsstand app, to then consume that content. And again, that app, the Play Newsstand app, is available on both iOS and Android. Now, what is important to note, the app is available all over the world. Over 190 countries, you're able to download that app. But the Play Store, the entertainment hub, not so much. It's not yet launched all over the world. And here today in MENA, that is also usually the case, right? Things get launched there, and here we don't usually have them. But at the same time, the app was always available, and we've been gradually adding local content as well here from the region. But you know what? I didn't just come here to show a couple of slides. We're actually very happy to announce that we just right now, here we go, we launched the Google Play Entertainment Hub right here in the MENA region. And a couple of weeks ago, we launched the book section. Right now, just 2 days ago, actually, we launched the Google Play Newsstand side in 9 countries here in the MENA region. And if you think there's some coincidence with this event, you may be right. So here you go. You can now browse through, users now in this region can browse through many, many magazines, read them, buy them, and also have a choice of thousands of RSS-based editions, all in the Play Newsstand environment. So we've been working very closely with publishers here in the region. Over a year and a half, I've been traveling here, colleagues of mine as well, to talk to publishers here in the region to add them to this digital platform in order to make use of this big usage pool that we have here in the region, right? So here you can see some examples from publishers all over the region, from Dubai to Cairo to Saudi Arabia, Kuwait. We've got publishers from all over the place. And we are just getting started. We're just getting started to add content. We're hoping to get much more content onto the platform very, very soon. All right, so users are great. Lots of content is even better. But what about making money, right? We're going to make money at some stage. So let's talk about the different ways to monetize your content on our platform. First of all, there's the monetization through ads. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways, different ad formats where you can add ads to your editions and then monetize that through DFP, for example. You can have ads for advertisers, but you can also decide to use Play Newsstand as a platform to advertise your own services, your own platform. You can, for example, advertise your newsletter, you can advertise whatever you want, or even your own app, right? So this is up to you to decide what kind of ads you're going to run in your editions, what you want to advertise through DFP. Besides ads, there are definitely publishers out there, such as FT, Wall Street Journal, etc. They just don't give their content for free. They want to have a paywall. This is the way our paywall solution looks like. As a publisher, you have a choice to give some articles for free, and then there's a paywall that will ask the user to pay for whether a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription, okay? So this is also live, and you can check it out. And for magazines, it's also available to sell single-issue magazines, right? So you can sell subscriptions, but also single-issue magazines. So again, we've been talking about the diversity of content, and that is definitely very important. We're looking to look not just beyond news, but also in other verticals such as sports, tech, lifestyle. A lot of content you'll be able to find. And this is definitely the effort we do together with you, with the publishers, to put that content out there for users to choose from. And again, a lot of partnerships in the whole world. I added a couple publishers here on the bottom from Dubai and Saudi. But again, we're just getting started, especially here in the region. The global perspective, I already mentioned it, right? It's an app available, it's a platform available in the whole world, which is definitely a big advantage for the user, right? I'm a hero user today in Dubai. I can go ahead, buy a French magazine, read a Russian newspaper, everything I can do on one platform without having to install or go to different places. But for the publisher, that's also a very big advantage, because as a publisher sitting in Saudi Arabia, you can go ahead and use this platform to sell your magazine all over the world without having to worry about localization, payment methods, legal details, nothing at all. You can just go ahead and make use of the platform in order to distribute your content through Newsstand. Now, if you're still not convinced, I invite you to check out this article from The Verge that called Play Newsstand one of the best Android apps out there last year, so have a quick look. Now, to give you a bit of a local perspective, I want to invite my friends and publisher here, Anas to come on stage for just a couple minutes to give his perspective on playing Newsstand. He's had that experience for over 6 months already. So Anas, please.
Thank you, Alex. Just a quick note, sometimes I get nervous when Google calls out Howie, just because I don't know if there's anything that I should be watching out for. But in all fairness, this turned out to be an excellent engagement with Google. 6 months ago, we started the negotiation about integrating our content on Newsstand. I've only have great things to say in terms of the incremental benefit that we earned from this collaboration. We have 5 properties, media properties. The first 2, Layalina and Oud, are a female lifestyle fashion destinations. The others are more male-oriented products. In net-wise, we've increased our engagement and visits across all our network. But just to keep it really short to the 4 key takeaways that I call out, it's a plus. We've just gained traffic, we've gained visits, we've gained unique users. We found out that it resonates extremely well with female lifestyle products. You will see in Layalina and Oud, the engagement is higher than, let's say, on Arabs Turbo or Al-Qiyadi. I don't know what it is, but it is the female audience that was more engaged than the male audience. Higher engagements in terms of screens and time on site. The last bullet was, in a way, an eye-opener for us, but maybe it's not to you. What happened is that the traffic from the Newsstand is 3 times the combined iOS Android app traffic. So for what we know now today is that people on media don't really care to download an app and consume the content simply because they're coming from social or coming from somewhere else. Newsstand played a really great role for us to maintain and re-engage the audience without the investment that we would have had to do on a set of mobile applications for the portfolio. So that's in a nutshell how we saw our engagement.
All right, great. Thank you very much, Anas. So yeah, so that's a very good case study, something that we didn't naturally anticipate when we're going into the region because you have no clue, but we're definitely really happy to see happy publishers like Anas from Howie showing those amazing results. Cool, so we talked about the third-party platform and playing Newsstand in particular. Now let's move to the mobile web, okay? Where everything started. So you all know why mobile is important, right? I don't really have to tell you, we already talked about it a bit in the morning, but just to give you a perspective from Google, here's a quote from our search guy, Amit, saying that last summer, 2015, was the first time Google had more searches coming from mobile than from desktop, okay? So we saw this coming, but now we're really finally there. Mobile is for us the #1 place to be, and the mobile web is simply a very, very important place to be as well. Now the mobile web, every time we talk to publishers, right, there are a lot of things that are not very, very good yet, okay? First of all, very often it's very slow, okay? Sometimes it's a bit too cluttered, right? Ask users, they're gonna say there's too many ads on it. Sometimes publishers say that there's not enough revenue being generated from mobile website, right? Lots of issues. Essentially it says it's still not perfect, we still need to work on this. And this is basically a conversation we've been having with publishers all over the world. Now, this is a very strong statistic, and it says over 40%, or up to 40% of people abandon a website, a mobile website here, if the load time is gonna take over 3 seconds. Now, is there someone in the room who is confident that their mobile website, even if it's mobile optimized, is always gonna load under 3 seconds? Anyone? Even maybe 4 seconds, right? If it's over 4 seconds, it's gonna be over 50% people gonna abandon your website. So speed is really, really significant. And this basically tells us that if we fix speed, it's gonna increase your traffic by a big amount, okay? So this is what we've been working on and thinking about for like now over 6 months. And this is where this project Accelerated Mobile Pages come from. I'm going to use the acronym AMP from now on because it's such a long name. But we're talking about Accelerated Mobile Pages. Now, so the AMP project was supposed to be solving the mobile web issue, this problem that we just talked about, and make the mobile web finally faster. And now when I talk fast, it's not just 2 times faster. I'm not talking from 3 to 2 seconds or from 2 to 1.5. I'm talking instant mobile pages that open up without any load time. Okay, so this is the idea behind AMP. Second part, we want it to be easy to implement for publishers. We want it to be mobile friendly, right? The most important has to be, it is only mobile actually. And not unimportant, it has to embrace the openness of the way the web is built. So that means AMP is not just a Google product, it's actually a framework, it's a platform, an infrastructure that you can use and other platforms could use, not just Google, in order to show mobile pages in a much faster manner. And last, obviously it needs to give strong incentives for the publisher. As we just talked about, monetization on mobile is sometimes very, very difficult to do. It's not enough. And that's why monetization has to work right. What is AMP essentially? I'm not going to go too much into technical detail here today, unless you really want me to. But AMP is essentially looking at the way we have pages, mobile pages today. Every mobile page has different JavaScripts, has different tags, a lot of heavy JavaScript that is there for video, for image carousels, a lot of heavy JavaScript that essentially you don't really need if you want to read a 400-word article. 400-word article, you don't need any JavaScript for that, okay? But still, every web page is really, really heavy to load, and this is essentially what you can see, a lot of text. What AMP does, it's creating a platform where you can create AMP HTML pages that are really light and easy on the back end with JavaScript already inside. Everything what you need is already inside, but it's much in a much lighter way. And at the same time, what is the most important, that the visual part of your website, the user interface, is going to stay exactly the same, so the user is not even going to notice. So what's actually under the hood? We're talking here HTML5. We're talking about JavaScript that is already integrated. And we're talking about CSS3 that enables this custom styling to make sure that your website looks in exactly the same way as it looks today. And on the fourth point, it is about the proxy, the global cache that will enable the user to reach the website much closer to home. Okay, so I'm going to show you that a little bit later. So what's actually happening? So you as a publisher, right here, that's you, or example of you, you're creating today this regular HTML page that is being shown, okay? What we're doing with AMP HTML, we are creating a separate page written on HTML guidelines that is then being cached with the AMP cache. And then this cache could be used by any platform out there. So today it's Google, but it's also other platforms that have already started testing with AMP pages, such as Twitter, such as LinkedIn, Pinterest, a lot of other platforms out there that have also said, okay, mobile is broken, let's try out AMP in order to see if we can speed up the web in that way. So they're also going to use AMP pages, and then the pages are essentially going to be shown to users in exactly the same way as they're shown today, but just in a much faster fashion. And again, and revenue and analytics all goes directly back to the publisher. This is the way cache works, the way it works today, right? There's probably just one web server from which you serve your pages. That's the way it happens today. With the AMP cache, we give you the possibility to have a cache much closer to the user that will, again, help the load time of your pages. This is the way it works, and there's actually a link for a live demo. We're talking about a platform here that is not yet launched, but you can already give it a try in the demo environment. There's a link right there. And we're actually going to launch the use of AMP pages in Google Search very, very soon by the end of this month, okay? So watch out for that. And the way it's going to look is essentially, here you can see a couple of screenshots. If you search something in Google, you will see a carousel that will show AMP pages. When you click on it, the page is going to open up without any load time. Give it a try in the demo environment. It already works, okay? So when you do it for the first time, it's pretty mind-blowing. And too bad I cannot do it right here on a demo. But if you want, I can show you later on your own device, even if you have an iPhone. So obviously, we're going to start using AMP pages on Google Search, but we're going to start using it on any platform where we use mobile pages, right? Google News, Google Now, Play Newsstand, what we just talked about, Now on Tap, essentially any platform in Google. But don't forget, this is not just a Google issue. This is also Twitter, et cetera, right? For example, Twitter, they announced they're going to start using AMP pages somewhere next quarter.